Hey, sorry about that. Had to. It's kind of chilly down here. And my hair looks bad. All right. So this whole trial, this whole situation, has been dominating the headlines, and something I've noticed, which is interesting. Let me go ahead and mute these guys real quick.
I mean, if you got one decision already, I bet you can run.
Yeah. I'm watching The Umbrella Guy. I know Mr. H is also doing some other stream. Oh, there's lots of streams going on about this, but mine is very informal. I wanted to do like a whole video and add pictures and things like that and do like a kind of my opinion on it, but it got to be too much work and I really didn't know any angle to attack it. It's just I am I am an individual that has thoughts and things about this, and my opinion will definitely be different than others people's, and that's perfectly fine. Um, if you don't like my opinion, that's fine. Respectfully, I may not like other people's opinions too, but they can make those. So go ahead and let's see. Okay. People are welcome to enter comments. I will do chats. I'm gonna type welcome to the live stream. This is very, very informal. That's why. I mean, this whole thing's been informal. But if anybody has any questions, you can post them in the chat stream if you want. If not, no worries. I'll keep yakking, I guess. What? There's any cool filters on here? Don't know. But yeah, so Johnny Depp has kind of been, I mean, for perspective, Johnny Depp did Nightmare on Elm Street back in 1984. I think he did a couple other movies maybe before then. I don't know exactly what he did, but he's been in the business, and a target of media attention, teen idol stuff. He's been all over the place. He's been in Hollywood for a long time. And Amber Heard was born a couple years after he kind of broke out in Hollywood. So, if I'm being honest, you know, perhaps he was just not thinking. um, I didn't know who Amber Heard was until I saw The Rum Diary, and apparently neither did Johnny. But that's again just my opinion. He has always had this kind of mysterious vibe about him, and he has done lots of work with some of the greatest directors of all time, and the Hollywood status, the Hollywood celebrity, doesn't carry as much weight as perhaps it used to. So he is part of the old guard in a way. He's starting to go back into a different generation, obviously. And I'm going to be honest. I've always been a fan of his. I don't like every movie he's done. I don't like every choice he's made. But overall, my impression of him seems to be that he's just another guy. He's just another guy who got hit with fame at a very young age, and because he's shy and introverted and comes from kind of a troubled background, um, he just kind of collapsed in on himself. He does seem to be very generous, and he does seem to be very, he's well read. He's he's known lots of interesting people, and he's played some great roles. Uh, but that being said, he I don't know all the details again, but if I'm not mistaken, he left his wife of 20 some odd years to get with Amber. Amber told him to not sign the prenup because they were going to last forever. Um, just saying that's a red flag right there. um, But again, my opinion may come out here. So again, I don't want to offend anybody. If I do offend somebody, sorry. Um, sorry, not sorry. I don't know. Um, but just the media being allowed inside this trial has been interesting. It seems like you know there's a you know it would have went one way had it not uh, had media coverage, perhaps. And you know Hollywood has been pushing and leeching and just feeding off of one tabloid esque paparazzi story to the next, and they're going to have quite a bit of content from this, and eventually people will get sick of it and they'll move on to something else. But um, the whole domestic violence and just whenever I first heard about it, I was just like, really, another guy, another one, what's going on here? And I was disappointed, of course. Very sad, because I was like, not this guy. And he doesn't seem like that kind of guy. And then the cynic in me is like, well, maybe that's part of his craft. He doesn't want you to know that he's an abuser and blah blah blah. But the more I heard about it, the more I've you know heard from you know sources of sources. uh, keep your sources, you know, confidential. But from what I heard, I was just like, this doesn't seem right. Something just seems off about this. And again, when the news broke that Amber Heard admitted to hitting Johnny, uh, my opinion of the whole situation changed. I was like, oh, now there's a possibility of doubt. Well, the only way they're going to find out is if it goes to court. I don't know how long ago that was, but now it's finally in court. Uh, the justice system and trial and court dates and everything, it's insane how dragged out, or how long things can be drug out. So I don't see any questions, so I'll just keep rambling, I guess. But yeah, I'm a fan of Johnny Depp. I wish I wish this wasn't happening. I kind of wish, if him and Amber split up, then that was that, and he would either stay single or meet somebody else. Who knows? I mean, but there's going to be a cynical side of me that kind of comes out here. I feel like Amber is guilty, and Amber, whether it's the money, whether he gets the money or not, that really doesn't matter. Um, but what does matter is, you know, the truth. And if it's true that she was setting him up and, trying to make him look bad and just doing all this crazy psycho crap, um, then, I mean, it's, it really makes you wonder. It makes you wonder why people do things, because when I heard about it, you know, I was just like, wow, nobody else ever said they were hurt by Johnny. I mean, I'm sure that would come out. There's a pattern that happens with these things, and his pattern of abuse just seemed to come out in one person. So, yep, running live. What's up?
I'm heating up some chicken. Do you want some?
Sure.
I think there's sour cream in
Awesome. Thank you.
it. Oh, you want some of that yummy salad?
Hold on a second. Sure.
the poppy seed.
Yeah, I'm live right now.
Oh, sorry.
Even when you tell people you're live, they still forget. It's okay. So I forgot where I was. I guess my thing is I don't want anybody to make, people that really do suffer from abuse on both sides. It's always this men versus women thing, and it's been not equal in a lot of ways for a long time, and that comes from both sides of things. Um, if you're going to accuse somebody of something, you better be fucking telling the truth. Because if you're not, it is much easier to prove you wrong. Now, I've been sitting in on some of the trial. It got to be kind of ridiculous, the stuff they were going over. But if you've ever been in court, if you've ever been in any kind of court, especially when there's something about domestic partners, or marriage or divorce, or accusations and all the hurt feelings, you know, people, you know, I guess what I'm saying is it was it was ugly to see all that. But I mean, obviously Johnny doesn't want to have his name tarnished, especially if it's a lie. There have been plenty of people who have committed some type of crime and have probably gotten away with it, and even gone to court, and still, even though the evidence was overwhelming, they still, you know, they didn't get what justice was not served, if that makes sense. Um, the court of public opinion ruled very quickly on Johnny Depp. If he's a wife beater, then boom, he's gone. And I mean, that's a signed, sealed, delivered thing. It's done. But the doubt was there, and there have been other celebrities, such as Juicy Smollett, who have committed, you know, actors trying to think that people will believe them. I don't know. Just sorry. I'm not really. I'm not really coherent right now. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think and speak out loud. But what I will say is, I hope that this opens up a new conversation about people, making accusations and things like that. Um, there's this trial is just like one of many where people have made false accusations, and because of circumstances, or uh, you know finances, or even just um, climate, if you will, like the climate in the air. And I'm not talking about actual climate. I'm talking about some politics and things like that. It's really disturbing how somebody, just with a few clicks of their phone, can change the course of a person's life. Um, when I see hit pieces and things like that, like I don't trust media much anymore. um, it's hard to find out anything that's the truth, because everybody has their own version of the truth, it feels like. Um, so, opinion of Johnny Depp, yeah, he does drugs. It's pretty obvious he's been doing drugs for years. But him being asleep with a dumped thing of ice cream on his lap is not abuse. Him being, uh, you know, verbally, you know, confrontational with her, um, I could totally see that. Uh, it seems to me, and I could be wrong, but it seems to me, just from what I've seen of this evidence, and again, I'm not an expert, so this is just my opinion. Here we go. You're very even-handed and well-informed, maybe from previous experience. It's good to talk about these things. Thanks. Yeah, man. Thank you. It is good to talk about these things. I would hope that people would hopefully learn something from this. I hope this has been a learning experience. Yeah, there's jokes and memes, and people saying things are going to be this way and that way. But realistically, it's horrible that we've got to go through all these, this circus act to get a conversation started about, you know, men being abused. So, um, but yeah, Johnny, clearly a drug addict, clearly, uh, has a dark sense of humor. If that's a crime, then there's going to be a lot of people going to jail. But a lot of stuff about Amber Heard's story does not add up. She always seemed to be taking pictures of Johnny when he's not aware, which is that's creepy. It's like she's a paparazzi. It's like he's married to a paparazzi, for example. Hoping that she can get a reaction out of him so that she can make some kind of news story with it. Also, when people get Botox injections and things like that, that does leave bruising sometimes. So imagine if she's fixing her cheeks, getting injections, uh, and you break capillaries and things like that, or bruise capillaries, you're going to have bruising. So I think she would actually go out of her way to make sure she photographed her surgery aftermaths and claimed it was abuse. Um, but that's a reach. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that is a possibility. When would he have time to beat the shit out of her? If he's passed out, if he's drunk all the time, or if he's always gone, when would he have time? Um, Again, not I'm not close to any of those people. I don't know anything about them, so I could be completely off. But she seems like one of those people that saw an opportunity and took advantage of it, used it to elevate her career, and once they were done, um, and not only was I mean, James Franco and Elon Musk, um, you know, they didn't show up to stick up for Amber Heard. Um, Everybody that showed up to stick up for Amber Heard was just off or hired on some type of, promise. I don't know. But I do think it's interesting how the defense kept just hammering home things that didn't really matter. Reading articles, you know. But I mean, I get it because the whole case is about defamation. And, she said that he was, an abuser. And that means that uh, that means that he is not a good person, obviously. But he had to stay quiet about it, according to him, for several years because he could never get a word out. Everybody is speaking for him, but when he gets to speak for himself, you see in the guy's eyes that, he's just a shy dude that's very generous and, self medicates perhaps. And he was with a manipulative paparazzi for a wife. That's what she was. And I don't feel sorry for her. I don't feel anything for her other than, just, disgust. And, if there's people out there that are sticking up for Amber Heard, I'm not going to hate you. You have your reasons. You don't have to explain them to me. I don't agree with you, but you don't have to explain them because people are going to believe what they want to believe. But I do think it's important that at least Johnny and Amber had a chance to say, you know, their version of the story. When you compare the two versions, one seems to be more truthful than the other. And there are, there's like a group of people that are going to say, if you side with Amber Heard, you must be this and this and this. No, I just think they're misinformed. Their information and their influence is misinformed. You know, again, that's my opinion. Um, what would be great for Amber Heard, and I know a lot of people want to hate on her, and honestly, I do too. I'm not lying, but I would like to see her change from this. I'd like to see her grow from this, and I don't know if that's possible. She's been doing this for so long; she's already moved on with her life. I mean, of course, this stuff happened years ago, and it's just now coming out. You know, there's still a lot of stuff that still don't quite add up, but I mean, what was presented to the jury, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was said that was stricken from the record and not put on the jury questionnaire, which I thought was interesting. But imagine being that jury and sitting there for 6 weeks with all this ugliness just spilled out. Some of it was funny, some of it was, infuriating. But when it gets right down to it, domestic violence is not a joke, and it should not be used the way that it has been used by some people. And I'm afraid to say that Amber Heard is looking like one of those people. A lot of her story doesn't add up. Her story keeps changing. Whenever she was on the stand, she would awkwardly turn towards the jury, like, by the way, I need you to understand me when I'm saying that I was abused because I really was. No, really, I was. And then she'd turn back when the, questions were asked of her, and then she'd turn to the jury again. It was just so weird. Um, and it looked very forced and fake. And it just, you know, at a cursory glance, she's a very attractive woman. I get it. I get why he was there. I get, from a man's point of view, I get it. Um, but I also think some of this was brought on Johnny by himself as well, because, I mean, maybe he just didn't vet her very well. I don't know. I can't, I can't speak for him. I don't know the guy. But what I would say is if an attractive woman, some guys are suckers for pretty faces. I get it, and she had a pretty face. Um, it astounds me how many people would still kind of think that she is not doing anything shady, even after all this information comes out. But again, some people are probably not informed, and some people are probably not, doing any research. And to me, that's very telling. So, um, let me get some of my windows cleared out here because I may switch over to um, a channel so we can put that on there. Give me one sec. I'm going to go off screen for just a minute. Um,
Right. Yeah, man. It's been like it, we knew. First of all, this trial got kicked back a year. A lot of people don't realize that the trial. It wasn't just. It wasn't just. It was supposed to be this year. It was supposed to be last year. One of the reasons I covered it so long is, I'd been primed and ready to watch it with, a year ago. That's why talking about her surrogate baby.
Okay. Well. Yeah, I guess I can't. Oh, if I'm on a different streaming thing. So okay. So I'll just kind of watch them in the background. I may turn them up just a teeny bit.
At this trial, they had the baby like less than.
But I'll mute it for now. So anyway, I guess what I'm saying is, social media and cell phones with cameras and just things have changed so much that it's harder, I would think, for people to fake crimes and things like that. A narcissist is always well informed. They are unable to visualize anything else. Speaking about themselves, yeah. I mean, I don't have any psychological education, but I do kind of know people, and I don't know. It seems to me that Amber Heard would be uh, looking to fix this up, change things, and I'm not sure how informed people are with all of the details here, but apparently there was a lot of money involved. So I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna keep you guys on. If you're bored, you can shut me off. But I'm gonna watch this and see what they say.
In there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with circus. Yeah, I definitely agree with that, though. There are, like you said, there are a lot of people that can't have children and all kinds of other reasons.
It looks like a lot of looks like their video quality went down in the courtroom. But you see, I guess what's interesting about this trial is if you did take the time to watch it or have it on the background when you're doing work or something, it was kind of interesting to see a little bit of a peek behind the scenes of the entertainment industry. There are a few things in there that were kind of revealed that people that are in the industry probably are just like, oh yeah, that's how that works. But to some people who are not in the industry, who don't work on things, it's they're like, wait, entertainment manager, or agent, or all these things, like people making deals and contracts and things like that. It is show business. It is a business. And one of the interesting things about this trial is that actually if they actually did something with the information that was learned here, and not just on Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, but also just how the Hollywood machine works. And if you live in Los Angeles, if you're currently working in the industry, are you a production assistant, or are you an actor, or are you waiting tables? I mean, there's a whole culture out there that you know the rest of the public kind of wants to know and pick behind the scenes. And interestingly enough, this is coming along. Oh, okay, here comes Amber, and she's wearing a black dress, like she's going to a funeral. Just kidding. Uh, she got a haircut too, looks like, or maybe her hair's up. I don't know. but I do find it. I do find it very. I find it sad that this is going to be good in some ways and bad in others, and it's hard to explain. You know, because I'm kind of half watching this and half trying to speak about it, but I find it fascinating that um, the lengths that people will go to. It's like, you're lying. No, you're lying. Okay, well, prove that I'm lying. And even if there's proof, though, people will double down and they'll still continue to perpetuate a lie. And there's just a lot of stuff that doesn't add up with her story. There's a few things with Johnny Depp's story that don't add up too. Um, but I think a lot of it was just confusion because the amount of information, we're talking about texts and tweets and older cell phone pictures and I started talking about metadata. Uh, a lot of the photos that she had of herself and her injuries, they seem very posed. And I mean it. You're married to one of the most popular entertainers in Hollywood, and you are building a case. That's what it felt like she was doing. She was building a case. So when she got divorced, she would have $7 million. Actually, she wanted more, but I guess they settled for 7. I don't know. I don't know all the details. And people are putting up videos like where she's celebrating after she got the money. That could be faked. I mean, a lot of this stuff could be faked, but um, the stuff that is hard to fake, for example, the recording of her saying that she was hitting him, and he was recording her. So at some point, he started becoming wary to what she was doing and decided to get her on tape. I don't think he ever videotaped her, but he got an audio recording of her admitting that she was hitting him. And, you know, he, it's like now they don't trust each other. So now they're taping each other, and it's crazy. But like she has a lot more video and audio recordings of him and like just random pictures of him and herself than he has of her. And maybe it's because he wasn't after her. Maybe he was just trying to do his thing and live his life normally, and he didn't realize how much of a crazy, manipulative abuser she was. And when he finally wised up, or maybe somebody pulled him aside and said, "Hey, man, you need to get some of this on tape because she's crazy," or who knows. But there was only one recording of her that I heard that really kind of set me into the holy crap, maybe she's lying. And honestly, I kind of wanted that to be true because I like Johnny Depp. I've been a fan, I've been a fan for years. So I look up to him, I look up to him as an actor and again, there's some things that he does that I don't agree with, but he's old Hollywood, if you will. He's like one of the last of old Hollywood. Um, but if she could actually find a way to turn this around and turning into something good, and not for you know um, virtue points or victim points or whatever it is, if she was a victim, then she would actually reach out and give talks and talk to people, and apparently she has gone out and talked to people about this, but it's they were paid things. And I don't know, just so much of her story doesn't add up, and now she's been caught, and you know the court of public opinion, it seems, is leaning towards Johnny Depp, and I have to agree, I'm leaning towards him as well. But I've actually sat through I actually did the tedious task of sitting through most of the trial. Sometimes I would get highlights when real life was getting in the way, because this isn't my life; these are two other complete people's lives. But I am interested in the entertainment industry. I am interested in people, how they conduct business and things. And a lot of this stuff that's talked about has to do with business, the entertainment industry. Um, I enjoyed this. I really like the Techno Viking. Techno Viking is a very popular video. Let's see. So it looks like they're all just waiting around right now.
I don't like this feed. It's blurry. I like this one better. Like I said, we have 10 minutes. I'm just going to play with the feeds until I feel
Okay,
like I
so-
like the winner.
So it looks like there's about 10 minutes until the verdict comes in. And I'll probably be quiet while the verdict's being read because, if anybody's interested, they'll hear about it. I am not a source on any of this. I've just been munching popcorn and watching this. Because in a way, even though some of it's disgusting, some of it's actually kind of strangely fascinating in like a weird car crash kind of way. I hate to say it like that because I don't want anybody to be hurt, but I don't know, just some of the posturing and the language and some of the moments of, humor and just, some of the strategies and tactics. It's like lawyers have to kind of be actors too, in a way. They have to be careful with how they choose their words, but it's like a strange interview, lie detector test, and cross-referencing, just kind of like being a detective, but also you're presenting the facts to people in real time. So, oh, we just discovered that this date, oh, this picture's doctored, this picture's metadata doesn't line up with that picture. So what do you think about that, jury? It's weird. The courtroom, like, I mean, there's again, there's entire television shows devoted to courtroom drama. I mean, but this is a real life courtroom drama, and some of it seems so boring and mundane, but some of it is like strangely fascinating. It's this weird, crazy circus, and I'm predicting, I could be wrong, but I'm predicting this will be this is going to be like a regular thing now. It's like, look at how much coverage we got and how much money we made off of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Who else is going to be in trial that's got a name? I mean, that's, it's the media cycle, the media machine keeps, pumping it out. But I don't know. I hope that something good comes in this, but I guess we'll find out. So I'm gonna check and see where they're at. I know it quite hasn't been 10 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and see. Give me a sec. Feel free to ask questions in the comments if you want.
They would T-channel you for days, I hate those T-channels, man. I hate them.
Yeah, I can't stand them either. They're like WWE wrestlers.
Always fight.
Okay. If anybody wants to know what I'm watching, the Umbrella Guy and Yellow Flash are currently on a live stream together. I'll just go ahead, out of respect for them, I'll put them this is the stream I'm watching. Okay. But Johnny Depp is in his 50s now, I believe. And Amber, I believe, is in her late 30s, maybe. I don't know exactly how old she is. But, oh, here we go. Well, oh, people are sitting. Okay, I thought the angle looked like people were standing, but those are just the bailiffs and officers, I guess. I guess that's the word. Can you imagine sitting there in those uncomfortable court seats for hours at a time? just, just watching this. It's kind of interesting that Johnny is not there, though. I mean, I get it. He's in England right now. And, again, that had to be a story, too. People say, oh, look, he's such a victim that he had to go celebrate. It's like it's Memorial Day weekend. It's a holiday weekend. And he's done everything he can do, and he's not making an appearance. I don't blame him. It's kind of out of his hands now. It's out of everybody's hands. It's in the jury's hands, and then obviously what the judge, rules on it or whatever. So I mean, that's that. If you've ever been in court, it's a really uncomfortable place to be, I think, in my opinion, because the tedium, the discussions, and some of the just paperwork. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to keep that close to the chest. But I've met some interesting people at the courtroom before, put it that way, and some I never want to see again. So, all right, let's see. It's been time.
Come on, Judge, get in there.
Yeah, seriously, get the judge in there.
All rise.
There we go. All
There we go,
right.
listen.
There we go. Okay.
Let's get it on. Oh, man.
I understand we have a verdict.
Oh, my God.
All right,
Here we go.
Yes, Your Honor. All right. Just for everybody in the gallery, reminder this is a court of law. And regardless of the verdict, I will not tolerate any outbursts whatsoever. Okay? Thank you.
We can outburst here at home, Judge. Sorry. This judge can write a book
Oh,
after
man.
this. She can write a book after this and retire. This is the craziest case I've ever had in Fairfax County. Definitely the most viewed. So,
Oh, the suspense. Come on, get them in there. Yeah. Man, I can only imagine like what a Johnny Depp feels right now. He's watching this.
of course,
yeah.
of course he's watching it.
Props to you, man. We all back you no matter what, brother. Oh my God, here we go.
Here we go. She is a good judge.
Glenn's nervous.
You can tell.
They're lucky they got a good judge.
Come on.
Six weeks. The attorneys approach.
Will we see the reactions? Show the attorneys. Go show the attorneys.
Amber with her pouty
Show
face.
the attorneys. Don't care about her. God, I wish I controlled the camera sometimes.
I know. What is this? Like, come on.
I don't need this.
No, Amber gets more traction, guys. That's why the camera's on her. She's going to be a target.
This isn't church. Why am I looking at the devil?
If she loses, I'm calling it now, they will digitally remove her from Aquaman 2.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
If she loses, they will remove her from Aquaman 2.
Oh, for real?
I guarantee it.
There's no way. They're already for real.
Okay, here we go.
So did they
Ladies
just
and
get
gentlemen of
the,
jury, what I need you to do, I need to give the forms back to you. When you find for a defamatory statement, one or more, you need to fill out the compensatory damages. It has to be at least $1 for compensatory damages and up to whatever you feel the damages should be. And for punitive damages, you can put a 0 there, or you can fill out that as well.
They didn't fill out the form right.
Lines filled out, okay? All right.
Like there's damages.
Hire back to the deliberation room.
Oh, crap. So there are damages.
There's damages.
oh, what? So they're,
They forgot to fill in a form. Something. So there were damages.
You've had all
Somebody
weekend.
won.
There are damages.
who won?
Me, I won. Come on, baby.
I
Come
think
on.
they did that on purpose. Come on.
No!
A
No,
recess.
I could have died.
Do the lawyers know? they tell the lawyers who won?
I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
some
you go smile.
bullshit. The jury didn't fill out the paperwork
Who looks
right.
happy? Whose teams? Does anybody look happy? That girl in the black, the lady, I'm sorry, lady in the
curly
black
hair.
right there.
He looks
Yeah.
happy.
She looks way too happy. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on.
Watch how the media flips.
Because, compensatory damages,
I'll shut these guys up for a second. So mainstream media has been sticking to their guns and doubling down on Amber Heard's telling the truth. Some of them have. It's not a good look right now. And watch how the story changes. Pay attention to how things are presented. Read the lines. Look at the articles. You know how like some people, and I'm guilty of this too. I'll see an article, it's like, I want to read this later, and I'll share it without even reading it. That's a bad habit, and I shouldn't do that. And I am admitting that I shouldn't do that. But a lot of times, just the headline is what they hope that you read. And what's fascinating to me is, I don't think it should be men versus women. I think it should be. We have to understand there are differences between men, women, trans, gay, bi, whatever, pansexual, everything, all that stuff. There are different identities and way people think and feel. But just because I don't know how one person feels about themselves doesn't mean they need to punish me if I misunderstand them, because I think the world needs a lot more understanding. And I'm not sure where I was going with that, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, in this particular case, divorced couples are some of the nastiest. All their pain and passion, love turns to hate. And if you love somebody amazingly, imagine how much you can hate them once you've lost them. So yeah, more there. I think they're dragging this out. And again, I'm being cynical. It is possible that the jury misunderstood and didn't put. Oh, you're saying damages. Okay, well, you got to put an amount in the thing. Okay, nobody explained that to them, or it was explained to them and they just misread, and that happens. Sometimes paperwork gets screwed up, but there's damages. So wouldn't it be funny if Johnny Depp got $65 to replace that light bulb in that cabin? It's like, we award Mr. Depp $65 to cover that light bulb because, that's property damage that he had to pay for. I don't know. But he's been paying for a lot of people while he was married to her that were on her team. And some people are speculating that because, it's going to trial and she's got a lot of money on the line here. If they do put damages against her, that they're going to try and collect on that. I mean, I've been divorced. I've had crazy exes, so I have a little bit of inside knowledge on some of this stuff. Not on the entertainment side, but on the crazy relationship side, yeah, a lot of people do. And it's funny to me how much people will actually they just never learn. You can tell somebody something and try and tell them from your own experience, and it's like, well, it doesn't matter because my experience is completely different. Yeah, everybody's experience is going to be unique to them, but certain things don't always. For example, if I was yelled at and abused or had fake accusations against me, of course I would try and stick up for myself. If I had somebody constantly berating me and getting on my case and driving me crazy, yeah, I'd probably lose my cool and yell and say 4-letter words. I can completely relate to that. But beyond that, I am not a movie star. I am not Johnny Depp, and I am not, in his position and, met the people that he's, I don't play guitar. I don't do any of that stuff. But on a basic human level, I have been married in a nasty marriage before that had crazy shit happen, and I can relate to that. So that's just the foundation that we have in common. So, yeah, let me see. I guess they're in a recess right now. So, see if there's anything else I can do on this little chat here. I appreciate people being in the chat. I've got one person watching. Thank you. All right. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. There's only one person subscribed right now. It's 2 o'clock. Yeah. I've got to go get an update here. Got an appointment I have to keep. Hey, what's up? So they are, I'm still live. They are, oh, thank you. They had to take a recess because there are damages, but the jury forgot to fill out how much the damages were for. So they got everybody in the courtroom and they said, you got to fill out this form here. You didn't fill out the paperwork right. So they had to go leave the room, put the amount in, and then come back. How long are they going to deliberate over that? Hopefully not very long. Just give him the amount that he asked for, or give her the amount that she asked for, and call it good. But get this thing over with. Let's see. I'll unmute this for a second, and I'm going to munch, so you guys don't have to watch me eat.
So I'm glad he's not there personally. God, you need to hurry him up.
Yeah, this
Now I'm
is.
glued to this. I can't stop, can't stop watching now.
What is taking so long?
They got to fill in the paperwork and I mean, hey, you've met some of your peers, right? I mean, like some of them couldn't operate an Etch a Sketch, So, holy crap. Thank you. Who is that? Let me see. What is your name? We'll use your initials. Okay. RP. Thank you for this came in through PayPal for $250. No matter what the outcome is, you've done a lot for JD and the truth. Thank you. You can do what you want with this. Cherry for your family. Tug. I will probably, since you say do what you want to do with it.
I don't need to hear this guy's, making money off the trial in a way. But, he is doing content, so good for him. Mute me first. I think they should have decided this last week, to be honest. I mean, 6 weeks of just getting hammered over the same information again and again. Got a little goofy. All right, let's see.
It is. It's nerve wracking. Make sure you fill out the poll.
Man,
I'm not trying to get dead air. I'm just like, oh my God, come on. I don't need this nerve wrackingness. Come on, can they not? I wish the jurors could operate a form.
I feel my blood pressure
Hold on a second.
rising.
How hard is it to write that? Oh, I swear.
Watch, it happens off camera, and then, nothing happens. I'm just kidding. Oh, thank you so much. Whee. I was saying that this is an interesting look into the entertainment industry in some ways too.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
And I was also wondering how many times are they going to start, like how many other celebrity trials can they do now? I mean, the last time I remember something being this big of a deal, kind of, and I know it sounds weird, and I'm dating myself here, but the OJ trial, like they even stopped school
Did they
classes to see the verdict.
really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, like
didn't
I
know.
remember that.
That's crazy.
So it really shows you how much we are affected by the media.
They
I
wouldn't
mean,
stop classes for this one, no.
hmm,
I mean, if kids were in school, they wouldn't stop classes for this.
No.
either, So,
this isn't a murder trial either. This
yeah.
is okay. Here we go. Here we go.
Who looks excited? Does it look like Ben? She was happy. He looks happy. Does her team look happy at all?
They think
I
that
can't tell.
they think right now
Can't see
that
their faces because they're over in the corner.
Come on, show us them.
Hurd's team looks very huddled and they're talking a lot. I mean, and Depp's team is just kind of chilling. So, yeah. How much is the amount going to be for? And who's it going to?
They're like, we've just gone live so we can show you the back of the heads of the lawyers. Can we not at least get a better, like, camera angle?
Come on. Judge Penny, where are you?
They're like, we're sorry, Judge Penny has decided to go home for the day. Tomorrow we'll tell you. Like, no.
We're going to just read the verdict tomorrow in the morning. No!
No, I mean, it's these dummies for a minute.
It's pretty obvious that Johnny Depp did lose
Yeah.
some work because of,
Yeah.
he was fired from Disney.
And no hate to these guys, by the way. They're not dummies. It's just, I'm impatient too. I'm weirdy. So, anyways, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
It's pretty obvious. Like the trial is about, how the article had an impact on basically Johnny's career, and it did. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It did. Now,
Well,
they were both like verbally abusive to each other for sure. We know that. We can tell. I mean, they had a really bad relationship, and Amber did admit to hitting him a couple of times.
well, what I find interesting is that it's almost like the defense was throwing as much as they could.
Reputation, which doesn't have to do with physical abuse.
Yeah, we're not going to name names because this is a live stream, but I have known people in the past to write up fake reports and false accusations
I've seen it.
to make things go their way, and sometimes the court doesn't do shit about it, depending on which county you live in and things like that. Okay, all rise. Here we go.
All right, I'm standing up. Oh, wait.
All right, Judge.
Ooh, come on, baby.
Look at how excited he is.
Yeah, let's do it right, please.
Let's do that. All right, we're ready for the jury.
Oh, man, I'm so nervous.
I'm telling you, my heart is in my throat.
They're going to be filming Amber to get that, see how good of an actor she is now.
Quit focusing on Team Satan.
There'll be alternate angles. Don't worry, umbrella guy.
Like the bailiff trying to blend into the wall. That would suck. Trying to pretend like I'm not there. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I don't like it when
She
people
did.
call
There you
their
go.
names, but there needs to be
Heard a mic rattle.
telling the whole truth.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
do
hold on.
it.
This is not the time to talk. Let's hold on.
Oh, man, here we go. I feel like I'm at the top of a roller coaster.
You ready for the spit take? No, I was kidding.
All right, Mr. Foreperson, is the verdict of the jury? All right, is it unanimous? Thank you, sir.
Oh, man, here we go.
It's unanimous.
God, let me read it.
In civil case number CL 2019-2911, Mr. Depp's claim against Ms. Heard. 1. As to the statement appearing in the online op-ed entitled Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition. Quote, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
Yes! Yeah! Yeah! Yes! Hell yeah!
Question.
Suck it!
Statement was made or published by Ms. Heard.
Yeah!
Answer, yes.
Yes! Yeah! Yes!
Statement was about Mr. Depp. Answer, yes.
Yes! Yeah!
Question. The statement was false.
Holy shit!
Answer, yes.
Yes! It's false! Oh my
Question.
god!
The
Oh my god! Oh!
Okay, guys.
was
Shut up.
designed and intended by Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question. Due to circumstances surrounding the publication of the statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr.
Holy shit!
Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp
Oh
has
my
proven by
God.
clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
Yes!
Op-ed
Whoa!
entitled A
This is amazing, Tug.
for Women
Oh
in
my
the Washington
God.
Post print edition and the
Yeah,
online op-ed.
cry, but you cry now.
I spoke up
Is there
against
another
sexual
channel
violence
that like?
and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change.
He's been covering this for
The
6 weeks.
Washington Post
I don't
online
get it. When I
edition.
listen to it, I just watch
Quote.
this.
Then 2 years ago, I became a
Don't worry,
public
she'll
figure
appeal.
representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has
Exposed.
proven
You
all
got
the elements
exposed.
of defamation? Answer, yes. Has Mr.
Yes.
Depp proven by a greater weight of the evidence that question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question,
Oh my
the
God.
statement was about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false? Answer, yes. Question, the
Oh
statement
my
has a
God.
defamatory
All right, stop
implication
cackling,
about Mr. Depp.
Idiots.
Answer, yes.
That's fine.
Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of the statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
Yes. Oh. I can't believe it.
As to the statement appearing in the op-ed entitled A Transformative Moment for Women in the Washington Post print edition and the online op-ed, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition. Quote, I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp
They've been
has
protecting
proven all
women.
the elements of defamation?
Even the ones that are
Answer,
lying.
Yes.
Well, the ones that.
Has
I mean,
Mr.
the
Depp
one-
proven
like,
by a
actual
greater
victims
weight
and
of the
stuff.
evidence
And there are-
that question, the statement was made or published by Ms.
There
Heard?
are people who lie.
I want to hear the
Yes.
amount, though.
It's a great day for men.
The statement was
God.
about Mr.
Great day
Depp.
for male victims.
Answer,
Oh my God.
yes.
Yeah, 'cause there are-
Question,
men that have been domestically abused. This is a good day
Yes.
for victims that
Question,
have
the
never had a
statement has
voice.
Defamatory implication about Mr. Depp. Answer, yes.
Read my life.
Question, the defamatory implication was
Hang on, I'm gonna go to somebody else.
Go just to the news. Like news will have it. Any news station. Yeah, there you go.
has a defamatory implication
There
about
we go.
Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of this statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes. As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $10 million. As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $5 million.
15 million so far.
In civil case number CL 2019-2911, Ms. Heard's claim against Mr. Depp. 1. As to this statement appearing in the April 8, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, Amber Heard and her friends in the media used fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and shield, depending on their needs. They have selected some of her sexual violence hoax facts as the sword, inflicting them on the public and Mr. Depp. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, no. 2. As to this statement appearing in the April 27, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempt did not do the trick. The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine and roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, and then placed a second call to 911, end quote. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes. Has Ms. Heard proven by a greater weight of the evidence that, question, Mr. Waldman, while acting as an agent for Mr. Depp, made or published the statement? Answer, yes.
What?
Question, the statement was about Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was seen by someone other than Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false. Answer, yes. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven by clear and convincing evidence that the statement by Mr. Waldman was made with actual malice? Answer, yes. 3. As to this statement appearing in the April 27, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, we've reached the beginning of the end of Ms. Heard's abuse hoax against Johnny Depp, end quote. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, no. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $2 million. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $0.
Does either side wish to have the jury polled?
Yes, Your Honor.
James?
Members of the jury, if this is your verdict, please answer yes. If this is not your verdict, please answer no. Juror number 6. Juror number 10.
Yes.
Juror number 15.
Yes.
Juror number 16.
Yes.
Juror number 22.
Yes.
Juror number 27. Juror number 29.
Yes.
Okay, I do find that the jury's verdict is unanimous. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your service in this case. I want to thank you again for your dedication and your hard work during this trial. I know I speak for everybody here when I tell you that we appreciate your sacrifices and your time and your public service in this matter, okay? So I'm gonna have you go back to the jury deliberation room for one more time, and then we'll release you from there, okay? All right, thank you.
Hooray!
We've been watching as the verdict is delivered in this Virginia courtroom. Johnny Depp.
All right. I'm gonna go to somebody else now.
Yeah.
I can go back to those guys now. Because
I'd still rather hear what lawyers have to say.
I know.
Circulated to Ms. Butterhoff, we can have all the objections noted on it, all right? All right.
Are you gonna keep
But
streaming?
before that date, I'll take.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get this video out. I'll be back.
Bounce.
I'll be back.
You're welcome to come to my courtroom anytime. Well, give me a few weeks, but then you can come anytime, okay?
Oh my God, people.
Court is adjourned. Thank you.
Dude, I cannot believe this. I can. I mean, I knew.
Okay.
Mm. Look at her, man. Look at her there. Like I knew. Like I've been covering this for years.
It's what the British court should
Mm.
have.
It's crazy. Like I had people ask me for years, why?
Well, I mean,
Why
because
cover
it
this?
wasn't-
Why? Why? Because it's right. Because the guy didn't do this thing. And men need a win. We all need a win. Domestic violence survivors need a win.
Balance out
But our culture is backwards.
there. To make sure.
Okay.
It's going sideways.
Also
right,
go
I'm not gonna-
this when they happen.
Okay. So 15 million in damages. I'm sure that they're going to appeal because that's what they're going to do to try and delay paying it. But court of a public opinion was on Johnny's side. The jury was on Johnny's side after being presented with all the evidence that everybody had and evidence that probably could have been presented, but there was so much that just kind of made it a slam dunk, in my opinion, that this could have been decided last week. It really could have. But with all the words and questions and the entire questionnaire, I mean, she was reading off a lot of things, but, you know, watch the mainstream media switch it up now.
I sure hope not. because-
No, they're going to switch it up. I mean, for the ones that were still sticking up for Amber, no, we need to believe Amber. Do we? Have you been watching the same case? Because I haven't, if you think that.
Yes, we need to believe Amber that she admitted to hitting him twice, and that they're also believe the witnesses that were there and saw how she treated him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you don't only believe one person. If there are other people who witnessed what happened, you also listen to them. And goodness, equality means equal paychecks, equal everything, and also equal consequences. That's important. Equality is not
Well-
just the good things being equal; it's also the consequences being equal.
The reality is that this, you know, this whole circus, you know, it's a happy ending, you know, in a way. I mean, it's not happy in the sense that it had to go through all this in 6 weeks of dragging it out, but just, you know, look at how petty people can be to each other. And you know, but yeah, I'm glad.
Which often happens in divorces, the pettiness.
I'm glad that Johnny, you know, was proven innocent. You know, and I wanted to believe that there was a mistake, or, you know, maybe there's something wrong when I first heard about him being, you know, a violent person. He's got a temper. Everybody has emotions.
Yeah, I mean, he was.
But his emotions, I explained it earlier as like, it was almost like he married a beautiful paparazzi is what he married. She was building a case from him as soon as she was bored or whatever it was. And there was a lot of freeloading friends that she had that were mooching off of him. And once they split up, that money faucet turned off. So now, I don't want anything bad to happen to her.
Oh no.
but I do want her to change, and I do want her
Be honest.
to be honest from now on. But again,
Be a decent person.
a lot of people say she's probably going to double down and all that. So anyways, that's all I've got for the stream. I've been streaming here since 1:18 or for an hour 18. So I'm done. Hopefully this opens up a new conversation. Take care, everybody.